Hey, what up? It is the 28th of December. It is currently 9:55 p.m. on a Saturday. And today, my plan, as I have set out, as part of our final 5 days of the year, today is day... Well, yesterday was 5 days till the end of the year. Today is 4. So I guess this is episode 2 of the 5-part end of the series mini-series, which rolls off the tongue just great. Basically, today we had a nice little walk in the park. We looked back at the different areas of the town, what I kind of think of them, how well they've developed over the past couple of months especially, and, you know, just all of the things I like. Oh, here we go. The countdown starts on the morning of December 31st. Come to the plaza and celebrate with all of your friends. So, while Hugh is here, I need to remember to get him a birthday present, because his is on the 30th. But yes, so, yesterday it was about, yesterday it was about the areas, the town itself, really, but today I wanted to dedicate it to all of the villagers who have been here over the past year, all of the ones who were featured in this series. I've had a few more villagers, of course, who have, you know, come and gone. I've got some pictures of villagers that were never even in this series. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about those specific villagers who were here throughout the year, and obviously we have 3 villagers here who have been here since the beginning of the year and will most likely continue to be living here as long as, at least from what my... That's the plan, basically. But yeah, we'll get into that. I quickly want to check, first of all, I think I want to buy something for Hugh's birthday. Ooh, this could be good, just a closet, because, you know, his house is not very furnished. It would be kind of funny if he had a grand piano in his house. How much does this cost? Ebony piano. You know what? I'll take that. Let's give that to Hugh for his birthday. I think that's a fun gift. Let me put it in my letter storage so I don't accidentally sell it. Along with this paper in case I want to write a letter or something. I guess I can sell this cabana table, though. So yeah, I have pulled up a list of all of the villages, because unfortunately I could not remember it off the top of my head. I'm not a savant at memory, as I think I have made pretty clear on a lot of separate occasions. And so I think I'm going to end with the 4 most notable villages, 3 of which are still here to this day. And we'll start with Poncho, which Poncho is interesting, because as much as I had early on, you know, considered those 4 villages of mine the ones that I sort of valued and wanted to stay here more than any others, Poncho was almost within that that group, but just sort of by, I guess, process of elimination and by, you know, feeling that I didn't want to have too many villages stuck around forever, Poncho became someone who I eventually said goodbye to, which I remember at the time being quite a difficult decision to make, actually. It only took until I had my second town and was able to safely transfer him over, and mind you, he still is over there in Rolfton to this day. Yeah, but what's interesting about Poncho is that he actually came back to Mateiio, this town, which happened not too long ago, and obviously me being someone who wanted to see as many unique villages as possible over this year, dedicated my entire being to trying to get rid of him as soon as possible, which, it was, not meant to be cruel in any way, because, yeah, I do really like Poncho. He's a jock villager, which means he spends a lot of time talking about muscles and stuff like that. which is funny. I like that personality type, and I think it's especially funny from Poncho because the cub, species don't really look. Well, I mean, none of the animals in Animal Crossing look particularly, muscly, but yeah, the little cub in particular is, I think, a funny one to have a jock in, and so I think that's something that's like fun about Poncho. He's like a little teddy bear, but he's also, talking about lifting weights and stuff. And he's one of the. I don't think there were many jocks this year. There was Poncho, Antonio, Buck, and Genji and Snake. So those, what's that? 5. Obviously Genji still lives here. But yeah, Poncho. It took a lot out of me to say goodbye to Poncho. He was here for quite a while. Esrock, I got a ton of new furniture you've got to see. It makes my house like a million bajillion times cuter. Well, that's nice, Pompom. I wonder who gave you the vanity. Looks great. The bed in the middle of the room is a bit of a weird choice, but that's alright. Yeah, that's pretty much all I would think I want to say of Poncho. I think at the end I'll go through all of the pictures that I've acquired of every villager. I didn't get them from every villager who lived here, but from quite a few of them. At least all of the ones that I cared about quite a lot. So next down the list is Daisy. Now Daisy's another quite notable one because, yeah, similarly she was here from the beginning of the year, and I really like Daisy. Cute little dog. I think might be the only dog villager I had for this entire year. But I do like the dog villagers. Ooh! Hey, a random pink tulip. I'll add this to Marina's garden, why not? Sorry to steal it from you, Nibbles. But yes, Daisy, she's a normal personality, and the normal personalities are very sweet. They're very, quite kind. They're not sarcastic like, the snooty ones can be. But yeah, Daisy was a nice addition to the town. I liked doing the drawing of her for the thumbnails as well. I did that with quite a lot of these villages. Only a few of them I think I never drew, and I think that was depending on the circumstances. Hello, Mallary. We'll talk about you later. Hey, are you friends with Anne from Tree Hut? Are you kidding? Is that right? Hugh said the exact same thing. Yep. Yeah, Daisy, similarly, like Poncho, was kind of hard for me to say goodbye to, just because, I don't know, it's just to see her leave. But once again, she does still live in Rolfton, which I intend to keep that way, because I really do like Daisy. She's a great villager. According to this dialogue, we've seen this time and time again. According to the letter that I got from the Happy Room Academy, my room's a mess. I can't believe that coordination earned me 427 points. I guess cutting-edge style always takes a while to catch on, catchphrase. I know I should be... Oh, what's that? What does he say? He says something like, I can't help but laugh like a maniac, but what does he say before that? My room's a mess. I can't believe that coordination earned me 427 points. I guess cutting-edge style always takes a while to catch on, catchphrase. I know it sounds crazy, but I can't help but laugh like a maniac, and then a hoo. I know I'm being judged, that's it, but I can't help but laugh like a maniac. Yeah, that's a very common line of dialogue. Yes, I liked Daisy a lot. She was a great addition to the town, I think, and I do have her picture as well. Next on the list, Victoria. Oh, hey Nibbles, let's talk to Nibbles real quick. Spoon, I'm wondering, what size of house do you prefer? Middle of the road? Ah, gotcha, nice. So, Spoon, you prefer the common touch. Well, as you might know, I plan to be a star looked up to by common folk. Looks like you and I might be sort of in competition. Whatever you want to call it. I guess we'll put this pink tulip here as a bit of a temporary thing. I've never seen a pink tulip in this game before, actually. Looks quite nice. Almost makes me wish I was getting a bunch of those instead of Cosmos, but I like the Cosmos as well. Oh, Peewee! What's up with Peewee? Man, that world's become such a cold place, little dude. Aw. But yeah, I'll talk about Victoria as I was supposed to. I really like Victoria's design. I like the she looks like a racing horse, and her name's Victoria because it's like the victor of a race. I think that's fun. And yeah, she's got a good design. I like the Peppy villages. They're very they're actually quite quirky, but I think that's a fun aspect of them. Yeah, Victoria was around here for a while as well. I can't exactly remember when she left. It might have been the earliest out of, Poncho, Daisy, and all them. Those three. Um, yeah, I liked Victoria. Oh, Marina, you're not trying to move today. Guten Tag. But yeah, well, not much to say on Victoria. I'm not going to have a ton to say on each villager, just because, it's hard to remember specific things about them. Oh yeah, with Poncho, I was going to mention, I remember him being so elusive so many times. Like, when I was trying to talk to everyone, I would always miss him. I'd look around for ages and I couldn't find him. That happened a lot with Poncho, I don't know why. Okay, well then there's Eloise. Eloise is a great villager. I like, the elephants are fun. And yeah, Eloise is good. What is she? She might be snooty. I actually can't remember. But if I make badly I think about it, there we go. Good, Marina. Yes, I think Eloise, she might have actually moved back in at some point. I think that did happen. Which I remember being quite irksome at the time because of my attitude of wanting to see new villages and all that. But yeah, no, I do like Eloise though, and I don't think I got her picture actually. I don't think I ever got it, but I'll have to check. And then there was Allie. Allie was the first person to move into town during the year. Everyone else that I've mentioned thus far was in the town from the very beginning of the year. Yeah, Allie moved in, and she's I like her. I do like the I think a blue alligator is a fun design, and the lipstick I find is it's quite I guess it's unapologetically like snooty, I guess, which is maybe not snooty, but like that. I don't know. I kind of like that idea of a alligator, which is not then a very conventionally like cute looking animal trying to be like a diva basically. I think that's a fun dynamic for a design. And yeah, Allie was nice. I don't think she was around for too long, but I definitely remember her being around. I like having that balance though of all of the different personality types and of the ones that I would usually keep around. Allie is not one of them. She's snooty, I believe. So yeah, she was fun to have around. And so yeah, she was the first snooty villager to live here. But the next one was Phrygia, who was a penguin. She moved in after. I don't remember who she would have replaced. But yeah, Phrygia... I don't remember much about Phrygia. I don't think she was around for too long. Actually, you know what? No, she was. I remember her... Because... Was it that she and Gwen were around for a long time? I actually don't have Gwen on this list. I think I forgot. I would not... I guess I didn't write her name. I don't remember when she appeared. I'll just write her in here. I'll talk about Gwen at some point. But yes, Phrygia... I couldn't get her name right, or at least I didn't know if I was getting her name right for a while. Phrygia, it's a bit of an interesting name. I don't know if that's a real name or not. Obviously, it's based off of, like, fridge, because of penguin and cold and all that. Oh yeah, I delivered that thing, Genji, yesterday. Here's 500 dumbbells. Thank you. You rock. Thanks for your help. No problem. But yeah... Phrygia, I honestly don't remember too much about her. So who's next on the list? Antonio. He's got his own... He's my main man, Antonio, as I so boldly claimed in the episode of the same name. He is... I mean, he's such a good villager. I love the anteaters. They're a great species, just, I think, purely from how uncommon there are. In this game, there are, I think, 4. There's Cyrano, Pango, who I'll talk about later, someone else, and Antonio. And yeah, Antonio's my favorite of them. I like the jocks, I just like how goofy they come across. Hey Esther, you know I totally like you, right? I just hope it doesn't wig you out that I want to chat with other townsfolk too. Seriously, don't you worry. I'm not going to forget about you that easy. Alright, Pippy. But yeah, Antonio, I had him around for ages. It was so hard to say goodbye to him, I remember, just because I liked him so much. But yeah, he's a great villager. Probably within the top 10 villagers who was in town this year. And yeah, like, I just, there's not much to say other than that. Like, I really liked Antonio being around. And at some point, Antonio and Poncho, I think, were around at the same time. Poncho moved out a little bit after, I think, Antonio moved in. I don't remember the exact timing, of course, but yeah, I do remember that, having 2 jocks at once. And actually, that ended up happening again, because of later on Genji and Snake being in town at the same time. But we'll get to them. But yes, Antonio was awesome. He's probably my favorite jock of that I had this year, but it's pretty stiff competition considering I really like Snake, I really like Genji, and I really like Poncho, and they were all living here this year. But yeah, I think that's... Oh, there's an ant on my desk. Get out of here, ant. Oh, okay, well, he got away. There's not much else for me to say on Antonio. Now, have I talked to everyone? I talked to Mallary, Nibbles, Genji, Pompom, Peewee, Pippy, Marina, Mallary, Hugh. Yeah, I talked to everyone. Okay, so let's go inside, and I'll look at some of the pictures we'll talk about. Well, we'll look at the pictures of some of the villagers who I already talked about. Yeah, Antonio. He was great. I liked his house. I think his was outside. I like that for a house. Alright, so who's here? Do we have any people that I've talked about already here? We have Poncho there. Let's look at Poncho's catchphrase here. Looks closely, there's something written on the back. Come here, I want to bench press you. You see, that's just... I just love that, hearing that from Poncho with all characters. Put back Mr. Nook's, or Pascal's picture. And here we also have Antonio. Look closely, there's something written on the back. Always go for the burn. I don't even know what that... Like I'm assuming, like, feel the burn, like that. So it's always go for that feeling the burn. We'll talk about you in a sec, Pango. Sure, you're coming up. Antonio? Or, this is, sorry, Daisy. Just a regular girl in a crazy world. That honestly sounds kind of out of character to you from Daisy, if I'm being real. Now let's go. I might look in my drawers here just to see if there's any other pictures that I don't have on display. Olivia. No, she wasn't living here this year. Pinky, Rowan. No, they weren't living here this year. Buck was. We'll get to him. This is all the mush furniture. Oh, Coco? No, Coco wasn't living here this year. Pearl! Wait, did Pearl live here at some point during this year? Oh my god, I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know if she was. Oh no. No, I don't think so. I feel bad if I'm forgetting. I don't think she was living here this year though. More mush furniture. Gabby. Was she living here this year? Not, no, she was not. I feel bad for forgetting anyone. Whitney, no, she was not. Gwen. Okay, Gwen, yes, she was. Barbara. Oh. feel like Barbara wasn't she? Yes, she definitely was. Okay, I gotta track down when Barbara was even living here. I should have organized this a bit better. I genuinely thought that I got everyone, but I obviously did not. Especially because I don't even know if certain villagers were living here or not. When was Barbara? I think she was living here this year. I just cannot remember. God, okay, you're gonna hear a lot of clicking from me as I sort through. I feel like I should have drawn everyone. Why did I have to why did I have to be selective about it? I mean, I'm more annoyed about it than anyone. 'Cause it's my problem. I don't know. Oh, no, don't do that. I accidentally clicked delete forever on a video. I didn't do it there. It did not do it, though. Man, okay, I don't think Barbara was living here this year, but I can't actually remember. Alright, Gwen. Were we just talking about Gwen? No, we were about to talk about Gwen, so let's get her picture down. I feel like the... Gwen, I'm really not... I don't have my... You know, in Animal Crossing New Leaf, they did the tree, which told you when people moved in. I would really appreciate that feature right now. Feel closely, there's something written on the back. It's just that cool. I honestly don't remember anything about Gwen. I don't even remember what her personality type is. So let's just move on to Queenie, who I don't have much to say about either. She wasn't living here for very long. Only Ostrich to live here this year, and there's not many ostriches, so honestly, I think should win by default. Pango, though, lived here for a lot longer. 2 anteaters at once was a fun... I just liked having her around along with Antonio. Now you can say you knew me when. But yeah, Pango's great. I love her design. I love the color contrast on her. I love that green and blue together for her design. Good villager. I liked having her around. It wasn't... I mean, you know, I think it was pretty hard to say goodbye to her as well, along with Antonio. I definitely wanted to try and have more anteaters. At one point, Cyrano was living in Ralston, and I wanted to get him to move here, but that didn't end up happening, so it's whatever. Monique. I like Monique. I don't know if Monique is generally liked. Here's her picture, though. No airbrushing necessary. It's all natural. Yeah, I like Monique's, I guess, blatantness, if that's the right word. Just like, it's like, I don't know. She is who she is, you know? You can't change that about her. And I think that's a strong, feature. Yeah, but I liked having Monique around, and like I said, I like having those sorts of, that variety of villages, and having her who, I think she was definitely snooty, yeah, she was nice. Tangy, though. Tangy's great. Everyone likes Tangy. It's, the idea of like, I don't know, it's just funny that she's like an orange. It's fun, and her room is all for the fruit set of furniture. It's great. They say cats hate citrus. That really hurts my feelings. And yeah, Tangy was obviously Peppy, and she's one of the best Peppy villagers who lived here this year, in my opinion. She was great. Buck. So the thing with Buck was, he lived here for most of the time last year. I got his picture last year. When he moved here, I was mad because he was someone I had already like had in my town before, but I think he moved from Ralston or something. But yeah, I mean, I like Buck. Obviously, his name's a fun pun, like bucking like a horse. It's a fine enough design. Definitely not my favorite jock of them all. I already said it was Antonio earlier. What does his pic say? What are you staring at? But yes, he did. I did tell him to buck off, so to speak. So maybe we're not on speaking terms anymore. But hey, I have his picture. Now there's Mint. Mint, I don't remember very much. She was only here for a very brief amount of time. I liked her, like, design, but she tried. I remember she tried to leave very quickly, and she tried it multiple times, and after a certain point, I was just like, okay, I guess if you want to go so badly, you can. Which is unfortunate, but I guess whatever, if she wanted to, might as well let her. Bree. Now, Bree was more recent. She was here not too long ago. What does that pic say? Just in case you were wondering, I like presents. Yeah, great. I don't like the mice villages very much. I just don't like the mold, I guess, of the mouse villager. Like, you know, the general, like, shape. Like, I don't like the head shape or the ears. And so I generally don't like the mouse villages. But, you know, that being said, I did like Bree. I actually don't mind her design. I like the green hair. And, yeah, she was fun to have around for a little bit. Obviously, we got a picture, which is always nice. So now, we're getting to someone who does still live here, Genji. Now, Genji, we don't have his picture yet. I talked to him earlier, though. Genji's another good jock villager. I've definitely had him in other Animal Crossings before. And yeah, he's good fun. I like his design, the sort of ninja approach. And I really like his house. His house is great. But we'll talk about Snake, who's the only other jock rabbit who was living with, like, in the town with, not with, like, Genji and him were living in this town at the same time. Snake's pick. Snake's number 1. And Snake is great. I love his design. The ninja outfit is really cool. I love him being a reference to, like, Snake from Metal Gear. I think that's great. Yeah, it's just a really good design. Really fun to draw him from the thumbnail, I remember. And yeah, having him around was really great. And then we have, so Pompom. In fact, okay, the last 4 I'm going to talk about still live here now. Pompom, over here. Pompom's fun. Her obsession with lovely furniture is endearing, to say the least. This one goes out to all my fans, and yeah, obviously our names are reference to, like, pom-poms, like the things cheerleaders have. Yeah, she's a good peppy villager, not my favourite, though. But, you know, still fun. I like ducks. Mallary is also a duck. She still lives here. She's good. She brings back that, I think she's snooty. Yeah, she has that going for her, which, yeah, I like the snooty villages a lot. Well, I guess none of them are my favorites, but I always like having them around, is what I mean. Nibbles, I've had quite a few times before. She's a good design. I like the squirrel villages, and, I don't know why I left that room. I still have more things to talk about. Yeah, Nibbles is great. I like her house in this game. And yeah, I like her design. And Pippy, who is the final villager, before we talk about the classics. Hello, Pippy. Look closely, there's something written on the back. Hopping hotcakes. Yeah, Pippy's another peppy villager, and I really like the peppy villages. I really like her design. I like how chill she looks, I guess. And I like that she kind of reminds me of Memechi, like the Tamagotchi. It's fun. I like her. And yeah, so there's not I don't have a huge amount to say about the individual villages. But I really liked, there weren't really any that I hated outright, I don't think. But now, we'll talk about the big 4, so to speak, the elite 4 of my villager picks. These are the 4 villagers who have been here for too long for me to remember. I don't even know if they were here from the beginning or not. I can't even remember. We have Hugh. Hugh's great. I love his design. I love the colors. I love the blue and the yellow. And there's, like, weird heterochromia where both of his eyes are different. He's a lazy villager. And what does his pic say? Keep it real. Real chill. So Hugh and Cube were both lazy villagers who both lived here for the longest time. But it was interesting how there were times when it felt Hugh and Cube could feel very distinct from each other. In particular, Hugh more often took on the fashion lad persona, which is something that the lazy villagers talk about a lot, which is this like fashion-based superhero. But yes, Hugh would bring that up a lot more than Cube would, so that gave him his own distinct, or gives him his own distinct qualities. Even now, his house is still just filled with shirts. But yeah, no, I really like Hugh. I like him as a pig. There aren't a lot of pig villages I like, but I do really like Hugh, obviously, because he's here. But yeah, not much else to say about Hugh. And then, of course, Marina. Marina is just unapologetically pink, and you gotta love that about her. I think I'm the only sane one in this town. She's another normal villager, and she's great. Although I love octopi. They're my favorite animal in nature. They're great. And so yeah, I really like Marina. And I don't know. I just like her as a stability in the town. And like, yeah, she says she's like the only sane person in the crazy town. Like, no matter what, she's always there, thinking normal thoughts and doing normal things. And it's very admirable. I love having Marina around, and she adds a lot of color, quite literally, to this place. And Peewee. Peewee's great. I'm behind you. Peewee's cranky villagers are awesome. It's surprising though. Through this whole year, Peewee was the only cranky villager, and he was here from the beginning, or at least the beginning of this year. I don't remember specifically when he would have moved in here, but gorilla villages are great. I love Peewee. He's awesome. I love how insulting the cranky village, how he can be. I know, and I love those occasional bits that shine through where he really does show his appreciation for others. And yeah, Peewee's a great design. He's got a great personality. And I love having him around. I love that he and Marina sort of like offset one another. They're like a scale. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about Peewee. But finally, and I've saved Cube for last because I'm still reeling from what happened. I guess I'll tell the tale. One day I played past midnight, and Cube had just left because I hadn't played before midnight, and he just decided to move. So even though I play every day, sometimes I would play past midnight, which I would still consider part of the same day, even though the calendar technically rolls over just because of the way this game works with its events and stuff. But yeah, I did that one day and Cube was gone, and it was really sad at the time. I was really upset about it, and I made a whole ending segment to the video that came out after that about Cube and how great he was. And yeah, he still is my favorite villager. We'll read his picture. Stay cool, of course, is what it says. Oh, I just want to get a closer look at him. I still wish Cube was here. But you know, I talked about this a bit. You know, this idea that I like letting villagers leave because I don't want to control them, I guess. And, you know, I do that, you know. It's kind of hypocritical of me to keep Peewee, Hugh, and Marina around, even though they, you know, even today Marina was trying to move, and I said no, and made her stay. And so I think Cube leaving, while something that I'm still sort of upset about happening, I think is for the best, because it makes the memory stronger. And it makes me appreciate for what he was when he was here. Hope Cube's out enjoying his new adventures wherever he is. And he's, yeah, my favorite villager. So that should be a comprehensive overview of every single villager. But also, actually, let's go back. I want to give a quick appreciation spot to the two gyroids who have been here for I think over 3 years these guys have been here. I don't even remember what types they are. I think this is a mini... It's not a mini Squelchoid. A mini Rhythmoid. And this is a Mega Gongoid, I think? No, Tympanoid. Sorry, I'm not familiar with the names, honestly. They're not specific gyroids. I think I just picked 2 gyroids and put them in here, but they're so... I see them every day when I'm, ending for the day, and every time I got a new KK song, I'd always come and listen to them dance, or watch them dance to whatever the new KK song was. And yeah, I really love gyroids. They're such a great part of the series, and that's something that makes the series so... it's part of what makes the series feel so unique and special. And weird. I love that unapologetic weirdness, and the gyroids are the encapsulation of that to me. So I'll always keep those 2 gyroids there because of that significance. And I just thought it is Saturday today, so one more time. It's the final time we get to listen to a KK song this year, so I think I'll do it. So obviously, once I got all the KK songs, I kind of stopped coming here every week, but this is the final chance we'll get before the year's over, the final KK song that I'll listen to. So, I think I want to do what is my favorite KK song, which I believe, I've got to make sure I get the name right, is KK Ballad. I love KK Ballad. It's really great. I don't know, it's just so satisfying to listen to, and it feels so, I don't know. I don't know what it is about it, but it's great. Hey Spoon, hey KK, here for a song? You know it. Cool. Hey, if there's something you want to hear, just give it to me straight. I'm taking requests if you're giving them. Oh yeah. Far out, man, far out. What do you want to hear? KK Ballad. Let's make sure I get this right, because I don't want to accidentally listen to something else. It's K.K. K.K. B A L L A D. Now let me just make 100% sure that this is actually the song that I'm thinking of by listening to it for a sec. Yes, it is. Okay. Confirm. Mellow, I can dig that. I'm all set to play, so cop a seat, man. This is Far Out. Get ready to groove to KK Ballad. Beautiful. I don't know. I just love KK Ballad. It's great. It feels so final. It's a very appropriate song, I think. Sorry, I should have read all this. Those industry fat cats try to put a price on my music, but it wants to be free. You be sure to drop on by and catch me again, man. I'll be around. Let's talk to KK one more time. Today's tunes were hot, were they not? You're a cool cat. Be sure to come back next week and catch the cafe scene. Yeah. Whether or not I do, I guess we won't know. Well, I will, I guess. I love KK Ballad. It's a great song. Yeah, it feels very final. It's just a great track. And let's go listen to it. Let's watch the gyroids dance one more time to KK Ballad. I gotta find it first. Oh, there it is. I think the air check version for it as well. But yeah, as I was saying, I love the gyroids. They're a great part of Animal Crossing. And these guys feel like my little buddies, even though I don't even know if gyroids are alive or not. I think they're supposed to be like gravestones, or they're like, I don't know if it's like ghosts, something to do with that. They're a thing in Japanese culture. I don't know if they're called gyroids directly. I can't remember, actually. But yeah, gyroids are really fun. Great aspect of the series. I really wish they come back in their traditional form in a new Animal Crossing instead of what we got in New Horizons, which I don't really like as much, but yeah, it's whatever. That's fine. Whatever. And yeah, I loved, attempting to collect as many gyroids as possible as well. I guess we'll talk a little bit more about that in the year in review, which will replace the traditional month in review that I would do at the beginning of every month. Instead, I'll be doing a year in review, probably on the 30th. 31st will be the finale. 29th tomorrow, I still need to figure out what I'm doing. Maybe a little final house tour. So I won't spend too long in here if I end up doing that, because I want to, I guess, wring out as much memorabilia as possible. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. A great little look back on all of the great villages who we had across this year, and made the year so special, made it so great to play every day and talk to all of them and hear what they had to say. It's definitely, it's such an important part of the series to me, the villages. They're so full of life in this game. They have so much to say, they have so many things to express, and even though they're not real, obviously, like, you don't have to tell me that, and I don't know, maybe they don't even feel real, but it's just great to talk to them. It's just a great part of the game and the series as a whole. And even though in this video I said a lot of, stuff about their designs, really a lot of them, I more so just appreciated them, like, for what they had to say and all of the, stuff they brought, all of the different hobbies they had, and the different fishing competitions and bug catching and all this stuff, and grabbing different types of furniture and clothing for them. The villages really make this game special. They're such an important part of the series, so that's why I thought it was so important to give a spotlight to them. But yeah, that's going to be it for today. So tomorrow I will figure out what I'm going to do, because I kind of already did a, town review, sort of, and a villager review. Maybe I'll do my house review, although not much has changed about that. I don't know. I've got to think about it. But yeah, that's going to be about it for today.